up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Lindsay if this is your first time here, and if you've been tuning in, what's up, what's good, what's tea? Welcome back. So as you can tell from the title, today we will be doing the long awaited brow tutorial. We're gonna get into these brows because I know y'all want to know how I do my brows. In the video I would only be doing brows. That's it, that's all, just brows. But if you do want details or a tutorial on this makeup look, it's already on my channel. Like, what? Yes, it's already on my channel. I did the exact same makeup as my signature makeup look. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it. I do want to say that I will be doing a voiceover just because I can't talk and do my brows at the same time and like explain what I'm doing. If you like this style of tutorial, let me know down below, and if you don't, also let me know down below. If you prefer the talk through, like me talking while I'm doing it, or if you like me to do the voiceover. Voiceovers typically are quicker videos and talk throughs are of course talk throughs. So yes, let's jump on in. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment down below any content that you guys want to see here on our channel. And let's jump right into this brow tutorial. So I start with a little bit of edge control on my brows, then I go in with my NYX Eyebrow Gel in the color Expresso, followed by my Tame and Frame Tint Brow in the color Expresso as well. As far as the gel, it does have a bit of a hold and it does dry fast, so I put a little bit into my cap and I go into it with a very small brush and I begin to outline the bottom of my brows. Now I don't start in the very front. I start about 1/3 of the way into my brow. Then I'm gonna begin filling in the top of my brows, and the top are a little bit more sparse. I'm gonna make sure that I align my tail and just make sure that it's nice and filled in because I do like a fuller brow look. Now my natural brow hairs are pretty thick and my brows grow pretty thick just in general, but I definitely want them to be full and filled. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fill them in, making sure that there are no sparse areas. With these brow products, you are going to want to work rather quickly because once they dry down, they're not going anywhere. Like, they will 100% stay in place. So if you have thick hairs like me that just kind of don't like to stay in place, these products are perfect for you. So now I'm not taking any additional product. I'm just using the product that is currently either in my brows or on my brush and brushing them lightly to the front, and that's how you're going to create that ombre look. You're going to use the most product towards your tail, and then you're just going to blend and feather out the front of your brows to make sure that it is a nice gradient effect. Once I get the front of my brow exactly how I want it, I'm going to go back into the product and focus that on the middle of my brow as well as the tail to make sure that it is nice and dark and blended to continue to make that perfect gradient effect. And then we're going to repeat the same exact steps on the other side. Now that we have our brows nice and filled up, we're going to go in and clean them up with concealer. And the concealer that I love using and have been using for forever is the LA Pro Conceal. And the shade that I like to use is Creamy Beige. We're going to apply that with a nice flat brush. So we're going to go into the concealer, and I like to just use a very small amount. This product is very creamy and can get very thick. It's very full coverage, so a little goes a very long way. I like to start at the front of my brows and work my way back towards the tail, and I use very short, slow strokes, and I make sure that I create a line very precisely. You don't want to use too much product, because at the end it's going to be very difficult to blend out. And I do take the concealer past the tail of my brow, just because I want to make sure that it has a very sharp and crisp tail. That's the look that I love. Then again, starting at the front of my brow, I'm going to drag that concealer down to begin the blending process. And I just make sure that, again, my tail is as crisp, clean, and neat as possible. And I'm going to go ahead and drag it down towards my lid, because I do not wear eyeshadow primer, and so I tend to use my concealer as a primer or a base for the little bit of eyeshadow that I do wear. And we're just going to repeat the same exact process on the other brow. Now this next step is a little controversial and honestly optional, but I love to conceal the top of my brows. I just like them to look perfect, and especially if you're a beginner or new to filling in your brows, sometimes when you're filling them in, it gets a little messy. And that's okay, because when you use the concealer to clean them up, nobody will ever know. So I like to conceal the top of my brows. Again, less is more as far as this LA Girl Pro Concealer. You want it to blend out seamlessly. Also, you can use a concealer that's more a little bit closer to your skin tone, and that will make sure that you don't have what are called halo brows, like brows that are just literally looking like they're floating in the middle of your face. You definitely want to make sure that you're able to blend it in seamlessly with your foundation. Or even if you don't wear foundation, you most definitely are going to want to choose a concealer shade that is as close to your skin tone as possible. So you always want to make sure and check to see that your brows are symmetrical, that they look alike, that they are sisters and not cousins. Especially if you are creating a arch or creating a shape just by filling in your brows, you definitely want to make sure that they're nice and symmetrical and even, and one arch isn't higher than the other. So double check, triple check, quadruple check, all that is very necessary. And as you see, I kind of got concealer in my actual brow, but that's okay. If you make a mistake, it's okay. I literally go back in with the first brush that we used to fill in my brows, and I didn't even put a bunch of extra product. I literally just used what was on the brush, and fix it. It's that easy. It's that simple. Don't panic. There's a fix. So now I think I'm pretty happy with the overall shape and some symmetry of my brows. So next we're going to go in and blend them out. So I'm using a blender brush, and it's not tiny. I would say it's like a medium size eye brush, and it is very densely packed. And I'm just going to go ahead and blend out all of the concealer on the top of my brows, on the bottom, and then will also go and bring the concealer and blend it out to the front of my brows and kind of feathering it in to the front of them as well. And there you have it. They are nice and blended to perfection. Now to go do the rest of my makeup. Thank you so much for watching this tutorial. Please give me a thumbs up if you found this helpful. If you are going to incorporate any of the products that I used today into your own brow routine, or just if you didn't know how to do your brows before and now you do. Thank you so much for your love and your support. And I will catch y'all in the next upload. Peace. And